Good morning to all. Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security, Your Excellency Eliud Williams, Honorable Members of Cabinet, representatives for the AID Bank minority shareholder, Dominica Social Security, Mr. Erickson Robinson, Mrs. Janice Jean-Jacques Thomas, Mr. Augustus Etienne, Mrs. Jones Lancelot, and Mrs. Dainara Bully Daniel. Forgive me for not pronouncing your word too very fluently. His Excellency, Mr. Martin Charles, Ambassador to the People's Republic of China and Chairman of the AID Bank Board of Directors. Board of Directors of the AID Bank, Mrs. Mary Therese Johnson, General Manager of the AID Bank, Mr. Richard Siraj, AID Bank External Auditor, PKF St. Lucia, Mr. Patrickson Carbon, Director Acting of the Financial Services Unit, Management of Staff of the AID Bank, Elder Samuel Augustine, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Shall we rise, please, for the national anthem, which will be sung by Ms. Sodia Cyrus.
Isle of beauty, isle of splendor, isle to all so sweet and fair, all must surely gaze in wonder at thy gift so rich and rare. Rivers, valleys, hills and mountains, all these gifts we do extol. Healthy land so like all fountains, giving cheer that warms the soul. Dominica, God hath blessed thee with a clime benign and bright, pastures green and flowers of beauty, filling all with pure delight, and a people strong and healthy, full of godly reverent fear. May we ever seek to praise thee for these gifts so rich and rare. Come ye forward, sons and daughters of this gem beyond compare. Strive for honor, sons and daughters, do the right, be firm, be fair. Toil with hearts and hands and voices, we must prosper, sound the call, in which every one
Thank you. Please remain standing at this moment. I call on Elder Augustine to open us in a word of prayer.
Good morning to everyone, and of course, good morning to those who are at the head table. You know, as I'm about to pray, I saw some slides playing, and it reminded me how wonderful a gift that the AID Bank is to our nation. Because just 3 years ago, I started with some individuals at the preschool, and we miscalculated. We fell short 2 months before our opening, and they said, "My boy, you are cooked." And somebody said, "Contact the AID Bank." And they came and they saved our little venture. And that which started with 3 students, today we are celebrating more than 45. AID Bank, a wonderful gift to our nation. Father God, we thank you today. We bless you, God. It gives us great pleasure and honor to stand here and to ask for your blessing on this institution for 1 more year. Lord, you have done a tremendous work with its management and its team. Let your blessing and the glory that only you can give continue to rest upon them. Grant them the strength and the wherewithal that they need to continue to do this good work. We give you today's gathering, this annual general meeting. We ask that everything will be done, Father, to your liking. Bless this institution, we pray, with all that you can bless them, and grant them strength to continue. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen and amen. You may be seated. Thank you. During the year we celebrated our financial year, the AID Bank mourned the loss of one of its distinguished directors. And it is as a result of that loss, we ask you again, my apologies, to rise. Let us to have a moment of silence in remembrance of the contribution our departed Deputy Director gave to the institution and to the state. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In our presence here today, we have the wife of our deceased director, Mrs. Nina Gregoire, who has joined us here at our annual general meeting. So, Mrs. Gregoire, you are acknowledged, and we thank you for coming. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite the General Manager of the AID Bank, Ms. Mary Terence Johnson, to officially welcome you to the annual general meeting of the shareholders of the Dominica Agricultural and Industrial Bank. Ms. Johnson.
Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security, Your Excellency Ingrid Williams, Honorable Members of Cabinet, representatives of the AID Bank's minority shareholder, Dominica Social Security, Mr. Erickson Robinson and Mrs. Janice Jajak Thomas, His Excellency Mr. Martin Charles, Ambassador to the People's Republic of China and Chairman of the AID Bank's Board of Directors of the AID Bank, Mr. Richard Suraj, AID Bank's External Auditor Representative, Mr. Patrickson Carbon, Director Acting of the Financial Services Unit, management and staff of the AID Bank, Elder Samuel Augustine, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Directors, management and staff of the Dominica Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank, I am truly privileged to offer a gracious and warm welcome to all of you to this, the 32nd Annual General Meeting of the Shareholders of the AID Bank, being held at the St. Alphonsus Parish Hall. Whether you are here in person or joining virtually, the AID Bank is truly grateful for your time, commitment, and continued trust in our vision. Please permit me to extend a distinguished and warm welcome to Honorable Irving McIntyre, Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security. We are sincerely grateful for your steadfast support and confidence in the mandate of the AID Bank, as well as the continued trust placed in us by the Government of Dominica. I wish to formally acknowledge and express my sincere appreciation for the presence of Mr. Shannon Bedminster. Special welcome also is extended to representatives of the Dominica Social Security, Mr. Erickson Robinson, Chairman of the Board, and Mrs. Janice Jajak Thomas, Executive Director, the bank's minority shareholder. Your continued support throughout the years is deeply valued and profoundly appreciated. I extend a cordial welcome to our external auditors, PKF St. Lucia, represented by Mr. Richard Suraj. To Mr. Patrickson Carbon, Director Acting of the Financial Services Unit, we welcome you. Sincere acknowledgement and welcome are extended to Elder Samuel Augustine of the United New Birth Kingdom community, who graciously offered the opening prayer at this morning's proceedings. We are deeply grateful for the spiritual covering offered and sincerely appreciate your presence among us today. A special and heartfelt welcome is extended to Mrs. Nina Gregoire, who has graciously joined us at this annual general meeting to receive the AID Bank's recognition on behalf of the late Deputy Chairman, Mr. Simpson Gregoire. For the financial year ended June 30th, 2025, two members, namely Mrs. Josephine Deschausset and Mrs. Natasha Winston Pale, retired from the bank's employ, and today the AID Bank will recognize them for their dedication and service. We welcome you. I am delighted to welcome our valued customers who share this moment with us today, and extend sincere appreciation to those who have so willingly agreed to provide testimonials. Your presence reflects your commitment to maintaining a close and meaningful relationship with the AID Bank. We are genuinely grateful that you have taken the time to be with us. To our staff performer, Ms. Saudia Cyrus, a special welcome to you. Your rendition of the national anthem was a great start to commence this morning's proceedings. Ms. Joy Stout, you are no stranger to us at the AID Bank, and we are delighted to welcome you as our guest performer. We extend our sincere appreciation and welcome to the various media houses currently broadcasting this event live, as well as to other media representatives, our many listeners, and our viewers. Your continued coverage and support play a vital role in keeping the public informed and connected to the work of the AID Bank. The 2025 annual report is presented under the theme, Innovating Development Finance for the Next Generation, highlighting the AID Bank's commitment to modernize, transform, and catalyze the financial services landscape to drive economic growth, and create new opportunities for future generations. This annual general meeting represents more than a statutory obligation. It serves as a meaningful opportunity to reflect on the bank's achievement, to acknowledge the challenges we have navigated, and to outline our future strategic direction. Most importantly, this forum reaffirms the enduring partnership among the AID Bank's shareholders, the board of directors, the management team, our dedicated employees, and the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica that we are privileged to serve. Your steadfast support has been the driving force behind the bank's progress, and your invaluable insight will continue to shape the path ahead. Thank you once again to all of our many affiliates who continue to partner with us on different levels to advance the bank's agenda in promoting long-term economic prosperity. Welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson, for your welcome. It is my honor at this time to invite to the podium Ambassador Martin Charles, Chairman of the Board of Directors, to deliver the Chairman's statement. Ambassador Charles has demonstrated strategic oversight, visionary leadership, and a clear path that continues to strengthen the AID Bank. Under his stewardship, the board has steadfastly upheld its commitment to sound governance, transparency, and the enduring sustainability of our organization. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ambassador Charles.
Good morning, everyone. Allow me to, first of all, recognize the Acting Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security, His Excellency Elliot Williams, former President of Dominica, members of Cabinet, unrecognized P.S. Anselm, representatives of the Dominica Social Security, the minority shareholder of the AID Bank, being represented by the Chairman of the Board, Mr. Erickson Robinson, Mrs. Janice Jean-Jacques Thomas, and other members of the management team of the DSS, members of the Board of Directors of the AID Bank, Ms. Marie-Therese Johnson, General Manager of the AID Bank, Mr. Richard Suraj, AID Bank's External Auditor, PKF St. Lucia, Mr. Patrickson Caban, the Acting Director of the Financial Services Unit, management and staff of the AID Bank, Elder Samuel Augustine, thank you for your inspiring prayer this morning. Distinguished guests, members of the media, those of you watching and listening via the various mediums. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me begin by giving thanks to the Almighty Father for blessing the Commonwealth of Dominica and for our successes and accomplishments as we continue to work to improve the socio-economic lives of the people whom we serve. This year's annual report, presented under the theme, Innovating Development Finance for the Next Generation, is built on our continued progress as a development partner with the government of Dominica through resilience, financial prudence, and modernization towards the growth of a sustainable economy. Visible signs of growth continue to be recorded in the Commonwealth of Dominica into 2024. According to the ECCB's annual economic and financial review, economic activity in Dominica expanded by 2.1% in 2024, with a positive outlook averaging 2.8% during 2025 to 2026. This performance was driven by investments in agriculture and large-scale infrastructural developments, to include the construction of the international airport, renewable energy development, and the resilient housing program. Global indicators, as highlighted in the January 2026 World Economic Outlook, point to increasing AI-related investments, which could be transformed into sustainable growth. However, given the unprecedented geopolitical tensions we face, this may cause uncertainty and a disruption in the global economy. Generally, global growth is projected at 3.3% for 2026 and 3.2% for 2027. The Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security, in his 2025-2026 National Budget Address, reaffirmed the mission of the Government of Dominica to strengthen and expand the economy and national infrastructure, protect the environment, and ensure an efficient and transparent public service. The Honorable Minister informed that the programs and projects planned for the fiscal year are designed to create employment, support business development and expansion, and grow a strong and diversified economy. I can report that the AID Bank, as a development partner, continues to lead with impact. We have contributed immensely to the development of a vibrant micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise MSME sector in Dominica, since we believe that MSMEs are the engine of economic growth. Over the past 6 years, that is for the financial year ending June 2020 to June 2025, the bank has approved loans to a value of $85 million to the MSME sector. Overall, the bank's funding projects generate an average of 2,300 jobs annually. 2,300 jobs annually. We have seen the enhancement of the agricultural and livestock sectors through climate-smart, technology-driven investments, such as hydroponics and resilient construction to include modern equipment, and the development of the fishery sector to include investments in aquaculture, upgraded fishing boats and apparatus, and technical support. We have seen a leapfrog in the agro-processing sector, particularly among the youth. We continue to strengthen the capacity of these entrepreneurs through financial and technical support to establish and manage their enterprises. Support includes access to extremely concessionary loan terms and technical assistance. We continue to support our youth in the productive sectors through collaboration with the Dominica Youth Business Trust, where we provide concessionary loan terms to participants of their program towards the development or expansion of their enterprises. The Kalinago Development Fund, established by the government of Dominica at the AID Bank, continues to show remarkable growth with the development of the MSMEs in the Kalinago territory. This fund has maintained its objectives of reducing unemployment, achieving economic stability, and improvement in the standard of living of the Kalinago community. The results of these initiatives are seen from time to time when entrepreneurs display their creative, innovative, ambitious, and highly competitive products and services. as informed by the Honorable Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security, the government's investment in education reflects its determination to strengthen the country's human resource base and ensure that Dominicans are well positioned to benefit from its national development efforts. The AID Bank continues to assist in this process by disbursing loans with funds from the government to students at concessionary interest rates of 2%. As of June 30th, 2025, a total of $8.8 million had been disbursed, enabling thousands of Dominicans to pursue tertiary level education and skills development. Risk management remains a core consideration in all decision-making at the AID Bank. We are dedicated to fostering a culture of productive risk management practices throughout operations. The bank has strengthened its risk and compliance department and has implemented an enhanced enterprise risk management framework, which allows for a more structured oversight and management of risks. We remain committed to be in compliance with all regulatory requirements to safeguard our shareholders' and clients' investments, whilst remaining viable despite the volatile market conditions in which we operate. We can again report that the industrial estate properties, the bank's second largest investment, continue to contribute significantly to the sustainable development of enterprises in Dominica through the provision of appropriate commercial space at concessionary rental rates. During the period under review, the bank successfully introduced an enhanced Rent Manager online platform for the effective management of the industrial estate's operations. This online platform provides tenants 24 hours access to their transaction history and enables the submission of technical service requests. The bank is pleased to report that by the financial year ended June 30th, 2025, the market value of the industrial estate's properties increased by 5.18% from $74.5 million in 2024 to $78.4 million in 2025. This, no doubt, signifies the increased financial position of the bank to the benefit of its shareholders and the customers. As chairman, I am humbled to report to you, our shareholders, that for the financial year ending June 30th, 2025, the AID Bank's financial position has strengthened both through an increased asset base and an improved equity position. Our continued efforts at management of the loan portfolio, cost management, and the enhanced value of our investment properties due to effective property management practices realized an overall total comprehensive income of $1.87 million. Moving forward, the bank will continue its strategic approach to long-term sustainable economic growth by working collaboratively with the key stakeholders while maintaining prudence and diligence in its operations. We will continue the advancement of the productive and social sectors by developing new and existing businesses, utilizing climate-smart and technologically driven initiatives. Focus will continue to be placed on investments in agriculture and fishing, manufacturing, infrastructure, tourism, renewable energy, services, and transportation. We stand ready to partner with those of you who may be interested in taking advantage of the tremendous opportunities brought about by the construction of the international airport. We will continue to develop and support the youth, the underprivileged, and specific target sectors, utilizing a range of products at unique terms. Optimal visibility will be maintained through our consistent presence in communities via social media and other media outlets. We are aware that our customer base is more complex and informed, and they demand personalized service. The bank will continue to place top priority on supreme customer care to include prompt service delivery. We will enhance our portfolio quality by pursuing all delinquent borrowers. Our aggressive recovery drive has seen results thus far, and this will continue into the new financial year. We will continue being prudent in the management of resources through operational efficiency, business resilience, and risk management. Work is at an advanced stage to integrate an online payment platform attached to the bank's website. This will enable customers to conveniently service their loans remotely, thereby overcoming geographical constraints. This initiative will be introduced during the first quarter of 2026. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I express deepest gratitude to our development partner, the Government of Dominica. You continue to demonstrate immense interest in the development of the bank by providing the necessary financial and technical support to assist in the development of our Niche Eye. Sincere gratitude to the Honorable Prime Minister for his dynamism and persistence in leading Dominica towards consistent growth amidst countless challenges. We salute you and pray God's continued blessings upon you. To the Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security, Dr. Irvin McIntyre, we are grateful for your willingness to consistently assist in the delivery of regulatory and financial support to the bank. We recognize and appreciate the Financial Secretary, Ms. Dennis Edwards, for her oversight, assistance, and collaboration towards the advancement of the bank. We are grateful to the Dominica Social Security, our minority shareholder, for your continued interest and support throughout the years. We thank you for your presence and commitment to economic development. We heard from the chairman of the proceedings that the deputy director is no longer with us. So at this time, I want to remember our beloved deputy chairman, Simpson Gregoire, who departed this earth on December 31st, 2025. He was appointed as a director to the board on March 9th, 2010, and to the position of deputy chairman of the board in 2012. He served the bank with a high level of intelligence, diligence, and consistency. During his tenure, he truly demonstrated what is meant by to be of service to your country. We will sincerely and profoundly miss Director Gregoire. On behalf of the Board of Directors, management, and staff, I express our heartfelt condolences to his family and friends who supported him during his service to the AID Bank. We would also like to extend our sympathies to the bereaved families and friends of the late Dr. Warren William Smith, former president of the Caribbean Development Bank, who died on January 30th, 2026. Dr. Smith, a prominent development bank leader, was highly instrumental in assisting the AID Bank with numerous lines of credit, including a line targeted at the less fortunate in our society, the underprivileged. May they rest in eternal peace. To my fellow directors, you continue to provide invaluable and dedicated service to the bank with dynamism. The bank and the country by extension appreciates your tenacity and steadfast service. May God continue to highly and richly bless you as you continue to work in His vineyard. To the management and staff, we recognize your loyalty, commitment, and dedication in steering the bank towards continued sustainable growth. You continue to assist in nation building, for which we are truly thankful. We thank most sincerely our valued customers, and we will hear from one or two of them in a while, especially Darrell Williams of P.H. Williams. So we value our customers who have partnered with us towards the development of our nation. You have chosen the AID Bank as your bank of choice. We appreciate you and commit to place top priority in providing personalized care and prompt service to you. We sincerely appreciate the valuable insights and contribution from our funding agents and all other stakeholders which have greatly enriched and informed our decisions. Thank you for your input and commitment to the bank's growth and development of our beautiful Dominica. I end by reiterating that Dominica is fast becoming one of the most desirable places to live in the Caribbean due to our natural beauty, a strong and stable economy, and high quality of life. We need now to embrace the opportunities for sustainable growth which exist in Dominica. The AID Bank stands ready to assist in this process towards the development of a strong and diversified economy. I thank you for your courtesy of listening.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your comprehensive overview of the bank's activities, performance, and the impact the AID Bank has had on the economy of Dominica and the contributing factor of over 2,000 jobs annually. So again, Mr. Chairman, thank you for your oversight, for your stewardship, and the leadership of the bank. The result is evident, as you have so well articulated. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little entertainment. We have a guest performer who will perform to ease our excitement. Help me welcome Ms. Joy Stout to perform.
Good day, everybody. Thank you so much. Stand still, listen to the beat of the drums, it's the silence. Wait, then move to the wheel as you answer the call. And let the drums into the sound of one nation. One nation. Let the drums into the sound of one nation. One nation in peace, one way you can live. Your brother, your sister, the journey has begun. And we'll become tired. We'll do this together. We're calling our friends, calling our teachers, calling our brothers, our sisters, our leaders, calling our teachers, calling our sisters, calling them all. Let our drums beat to the sound of one nation, one nation. Let our drums beat to the sound of one nation, one So we can have another guys there. So next one is like 12:26 Harrison. And it's a song for country. We want to always remember that no matter what we're going through, we all know our country can't happen. Yes? Come on. Long time I did tell you that relationship toxic. You probably come out if I love us. You know something of you, he might put you from my shit. You never see
when joy sings, what do you expect but pure joy? And we just had a demonstration of when joy is at work. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my profound honor to invite the Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security, to deliver the feature address. We are privileged to have the Honorable Minister with us today as we reflect on the past year and reaffirm our shared commitment to national growth and development. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming the Honorable Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security as he delivers the feature address. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me first recognize Your Excellency Eliud Williams, honorable members of Cabinet, peers in the different ministries, Mr. Shannon Bed, Minister, representative for the 8 banks, majority shareholder, Government of Dominica, representatives for the 8 banks, minority shareholders, Dominica Social Security, Chairman Mr. Erickson Robinson, Mrs. Janice Jacques Thomas, Mr. Augustus Etienne, Mrs. Joanne Lancelot, and Mrs. Dinara Bully Daniel, His Excellency Mr. Martin Charles, Ambassador to the People's Republic of China and Chairman of the 8 Bank's Board of Directors of the 8 Bank, Mrs. Mary Therese Johnson, General Manager of the 8 Bank, Mr. Richard Suraj, 8 Bank's External Auditor, PKF, St. Lucia, Mr. Patrickson Carbon, Director of the Financial Services Unit, Management and staff of the 8 Bank, Elder Samuel Augustine, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good morning to all. It gives me great pleasure as Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security to represent the Government of Dominica, the majority shareholder of the 8 Bank, at this 32nd Annual General Meeting. Thank you for the invitation to be here. I was struck by your theme, Innovating Development Finance for the New Generation, which is both relevant and necessary. We are operating in an era defined by rapid change, economic uncertainty, climate vulnerability, evolving technology, and shifting global markets. Development finance institutions must therefore innovate, position themselves strategically, and deliberately create opportunities for further growth and expansion within the economy. They must not only respond to change, they must shape change. In the national budget of 2025-2026, which I presented to the Honorable House in July of 2025, government laid out a clear economic agenda to create employment, stimulate entrepreneurship, expand productive capacity, strengthen human capital, and build a strong and diversified economy capable of withstanding external shocks. The 8 Bank is central to this agenda. The role of the 8 Bank, a development bank, extends beyond the provision of credit. You must see yourselves as a catalyst for transformation. The 8 Bank must identify opportunities within our national policies, design innovative financing instruments to support the implementation of these policies, and position itself to unlock private initiatives in ways that multiply economic impact. In short, the bank must be proactive, creative, and responsive to the numerous opportunities of this pivotal movement in Dominica's history. Dominica is set to transition during the next 5 years with unprecedented development and sharp sustained economic expansion. The bank must keep apace and position itself to become the #1 partner for private sector development. Development banks serve in many respects
as the engines of domestic economic expansion. Their success is measured not only in financial returns, but in economic impact, new businesses established, existing enterprises expanded, jobs created, farmers modernized, manufacturers upgraded, and students equipped with skills for the future. Yet, while impact is paramount, financial stability and sustainability cannot be compromised. Sound governance, disciplined risk management, portfolio diversification, and innovation must remain core pillars of the institution. The government of Dominica has consistently demonstrated its confidence in the AID Bank through direct financial support. Over the recent years, we have injected approximately 80 million at highly concessional rates to strengthen the bank's capacity to finance development. This includes 31 million from the Citizen by Investment program to support projects in agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, and the creative industries, sectors critical to diversification and employment. During the COVID-19 pandemic, government provided $5 million to assist eligible small businesses navigating unprecedented disruption, complemented by 6 million received from the World Bank to further support micro and small enterprises during that challenging period. We also allocated 2.1 million to the Kalinago Development Fund to advance micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises within the Kalinago territory, with an additional 2 million to be injected shortly. Further, US $10.34 million from the Caribbean Development Bank has been channeled through the AID Bank to support MSMEs in agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, transportation, and services. Importantly, 8.8 million has been invested in students pursuing tertiary education and skills development, strengthening our human capital base. These resources represent deliberate strategic interventions to stimulate economic activity. They have enabled the emergence of new enterprises, sustained businesses through crisis, and expanded opportunities for citizens across communities. They have supported growth in priority sectors and contributed to employment creation nationwide. We are reassured that these funds are being directed towards the intended sectors and beneficiaries. The AID Bank has become a meaningful contributor to national GDP and a stabilizing force within our economy. Its asset base now stands at $254 million, with shareholders' equity of $106 million, clearly indicators of institutional strength and financial robustness. But strength alone is not enough. The economic landscape is evolving. As indicated before, the government is making unprecedented investments in infrastructure, climate resilience, agriculture, tourism, renewable energy, and human development. These investments will create new supply chains, new demand, new linkages, and new markets. The AID Bank must position itself strategically to take advantage of these expanding economic space. As we develop a modern international airport, expand geothermal and renewable energy capacity, invest in resilient housing, modernize agriculture, and strengthen tourism infrastructure, we are laying the foundation for increased private sector activity. Small businesses will emerge to provide services, supply materials, process agricultural products, support logistics, and offer hospitality experiences. The AID Bank must be prepared with innovative financing instruments tailored to these opportunities. Innovation in development finance today requires flexibility. It means leveraging technology to improve loan processing efficiency and portfolio monitoring. It means developing products that support startups, green enterprises, agro-processing ventures, and digital entrepreneurs. Small businesses remain the backbone of our economy. They require not only access to capital, but access to advisory services, mentorship, and structured growth pathways. The AID Bank should continue to strengthen its technical support functions, ensuring that financing is accompanied by guidance that enhances business viability and sustainability. When small enterprises grow, they create employment, stimulate consumption, and broaden the tax base. Supporting them is sound economic strategy. We must also intensify efforts towards import substitution. Dominica spends substantial foreign exchange on products that can be produced locally. Targeted agricultural financing, such as for white potato production and other high-demand crops, can gradually reduce import dependency while enhancing food security. Strategic financing of agro-processing and value-added production can move us up the value chain, ensuring that more wealth is retained within our borders. Equally critical is climate resilience. As one of the most climate vulnerable nations in the world, we must embed resilience into every factor of our development. The AID Bank should prioritize financing models that incorporate disaster mitigation measures, whether through climate-smart agriculture, resilient construction standards, renewable energy adoption, or insurance-linked products. By integrating resilience into financing decisions, we protect both the borrower and the institution's balance sheet. Risk management must remain disciplined and forward-looking. External shocks, whether climatic, economic, or geopolitical, will continue to test small island states. Diversification of the loan portfolio, prudent provisioning and continuous monitoring will safeguard long-term sustainability, financial robustness that the bank can continue fulfilling its development mandate even during downturns. Ladies and gentlemen, development finance must anticipate the future. The next generation will demand greener industries, digital solutions, sustainable agriculture, and globally competitive services. They will expect institutions that are efficient, responsive, and technologically adept. The AID Bank must therefore modernize continuously, embracing digital transformation, enhancing customer experience, and aligning products with emerging sectors. The government of Dominica remains fully committed to providing the enabling framework within which the bank can thrive. Through sound macroeconomic management, legislative reform, strategic investment, and institutional strengthening, will continue to create the conditions for sustainable growth. Our partnership with the AID Bank is built on shared purpose: to empower citizens, strengthen enterprises, and build an economy that is resilient, diversified, and inclusive. As majority shareholder, we will continue to support the bank's growth and modernization, recognizing its central role in nation building. Innovating development finance for the next generation is a call to action. It calls on the AID Bank to innovate boldly, position itself strategically, embrace opportunity proactively, and create pathways for small businesses to expand and thrive. It calls for disciplined stewardship, balanced with visionary leadership. If we align government's investment, private sector initiative, and innovative development finance, we can accelerate economic transformation and secure prosperity for future generations. Let us move forward with confidence, prudence, and ambition. I thank you and I extend best wishes for a productive and forward-looking annual general meeting.
Thank you, Acting Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, for your elaborate address to us. We thank you, sir, for reaffirming government's strategic partnership with the AID Bank in fostering innovative development finance for the next generation. Your address is very fitting and much welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture of our proceedings, we want to acknowledge our former acting or deputy chairman of the board of directors of the AID Bank, Mr. Simpson Gregoire. On December 31st, 2025, we were saddened to learn of the passing of our beloved director Simpson Gregoire. We now invite Director Roberts, oh, my apologies. We now invite Director Robert to give a citation as we present token of appreciation to his beloved wife, Mrs. Nina Gregoire, in recognition of his unwavering support to everyone at the AID Bank. His memory will live in our hearts and our minds.
Honorable Irvin McIntyre, Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security. Honorable members of Cabinet, representatives of the AID Bank's minority shareholder, Dominica Social Security, Mr. Erickson Robinson, Mrs. Janice Jajak Thomas, His Excellency Martin Charles, Ambassador to the People's Republic of China and Chairman of the AID Bank's Board of Directors, Board of Directors of the AID Bank, Ms. Mary-Therese Johnson, General Manager of the AID Bank, Mr. Richard Suraj, AID Bank's External Auditor, PKF St. Lucia, Mr. Patrickson Carban, Acting Director of the Financial Services Unit, Management and staff of the AID Bank, Elder Samuel Augustine, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Simpson Gerald Gregoire, affectionately known as Cizo, was born on January 18, 1950 in the village of Grand Bay, Dominica. He was the second of 10 children, husband to Nina, father to 6 children, Nadine, Simpson, Brendan, Bert, Jared, and Gavin, and a proud grandfather. The late Deputy Chairman was a former alumnus of the old Rosa Boys School, the St. Mary's Academy, and the Southeastern University of Washington, D.C. He was an exceptional footballer, being one of the original members of Kensborough United and a founding member of the Pottersville Football Academy. On March 9, 2010, Mr. Simpson Gregoire was appointed to serve as director on the board of directors of the Dominica Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank. And in 2012, he assumed the position of deputy chairman, a position he held until his untimely passing on December 31st, 2025. During Mr. Gregoire's tenure at the AID Bank, he was the voice of reason. He held a calm disposition and remained a humble being and a dedicated director. He served on various subcommittees of the Board of Directors, and at the time of his passing was the chairman of the Risk and Asset Liability Human Resource Committee and a member of all other committees. The late Simpson Gregoire will surely be missed at the AID Bank, and we will forever remember his outstanding and dedicated service. He was integral in the growth and success of the bank, and the board, management, and staff deeply appreciate his commitment to this, institution. To his dear wife and family, please accept this recognition of the Outstanding Service Award from the Board of Directors of the AID Bank, and may the soul of Simpson Gregoire continue to rest in eternal peace.
condolence book with the minister's signature and everybody else. There is a portrait of Mr. Gregoire. So those of you who can't remember, who did not have the opportunity to meet him, we shall unveil his portrait.
Thank you, Director Roberts, Mr. Chairman, Acting Prime Minister, for participating in the token to Mrs. Gregoire. At this juncture, we want to invite some of the bank's clients to give testimonials of the bank's activity and how the bank has contributed to their own personal story. These accounts embody far more than numbers of completed projects. They also highlight transformed lives, realized ambition, and the meaningful impact the bank continues to make within our communities. Today we will hear from individuals and businesses who have partnered with the AID Bank and who exemplify resilience, innovation, and meaningful contribution to national development. The experiences highlight the purpose behind our mission and underscore the value of the support we are privileged to provide. It is therefore my distinct pleasure to invite our testimonial presenters whose stories reflect the power of partnership and the remarkable possibilities that emerges when institutions and citizens work together in a common purpose. Please join me in welcoming our testimonial speakers as they share their stories. And I bid you to listen while they tell of the impact of the AID Bank. So at this time, help me welcome Mr. Darryl Williams from P.H. Williams and Company to share his testimonial with us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and I believe protocols have been well established already as one of the latter speakers, but I want to single out the three pillars of the bank: Mr. Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Deputy Prime Minister, Ambassador Martin Charles, Chairman of the bank, and of course, Ms. Mary Therese Johnson, General Manager of the bank. Thank you. In August 2025, we celebrated the opening of our new concrete block manufacturing factory with a grand ribbon cutting ceremony. Flowers, balloons, drapes, and red carpets were placed in almost every corner of the factory floor and grounds. One could hardly imagine that this was indeed a block factory. There was a large tent on the grounds of the compound, and in attendance to share the celebration with us was no other than the Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit. Her Excellency, Ms. Sylvania Burton, and her husband Father Eustace Thomas, engineers, architects, representatives of all the major banks in Dominica, our master of ceremony, Raymond Lawrence, Mr. Julio Loaces, who is a Puerto Rican guy, the equipment sales rep for the Caribbean, several contractors, the more than 200 employees of our group of companies, truckers, and many, many, many other patrons. Actually, I think a few of you were there, so you saw the whole celebration. Following the ceremony, Your Excellency Mrs. Sylvania Burton cut the beautiful ribbon, which was placed under an arch of flowers with a red carpet on the ground. From then, Father Thomas blessed the factory equipment and the surrounding areas. That was so beautiful. I can still see it in my mind, you know. And we actually, so people, this event marked the culmination of a long journey which began just after Hurricane Maria. With the massive destruction to buildings and infrastructure brought on by this Category 5 hurricane, which we all know, we realized that our one concrete block plant, which was nearing 30 years old, would not be able to supply the imminent needs of the construction industry. Hence, we had to explore the options to expand our production capacity in order to maintain our leadership position in the concrete block industry. Fortunately, at that time, the AID Bank had just launched a new fund which offered 2% interest loan for up to $2 million. This was almost free money, and we certainly could not pass on this opportunity. Though we knew the investment in equipment would be much more than this amount, the low interest rate financing was probably the main catalyst which encouraged us to pursue the investment proposal. Unfortunately for investors like us, the fund dried up very quickly. So, Mr. Finance Minister, if you can, please bring back the milk and honey. Remember that song by Chubby? It might come back, right? Maybe because of what I just said, it might just bring it back. 2% interest. Being allured by this attractive financing offer from the AID Bank, we submitted the loans application. Ms. Abel, former staff member of the bank, and Ms. Faustin, I saw her there, as well as Ms. John Rose, were assigned to take on the task to prepare all the necessary documentation for submission to the board. During the application process, which took almost a year, Ms. Abel and Ms. Faustin visited our office at least 5 times to obtain information. Each time they came, the file folders they carried in their hands grew heavier and heavier and heavier. I almost had to volunteer to help them to carry it in. Working with these ladies, though, was very, very easy. They were warm, extremely polite, and very thorough in the analysis. The bank financed only the main equipment, though, so we had to engage other sources of funds for the construction of the buildings. I did, from the props that you see there, you may have seen some of the blocks and all the buildings and everything. So it was not the bank that financed all of that, you know. They financed some of it. So the construct and the install, as well as the fabrication of ancillary equipment, there were many, such as conveyors, storage bins, blah, blah, blah. Indeed, the value of the entire facility, including land, buildings, grounds, and installed equipment, ended up to be multiple times more than the initial amount financed by the bank. So we struggled, but we had to get it done. And yes, whereas the loan was approved in 2019, operation commenced almost 6 years after. Sorry. The equipment manufacturers took over 6 months to build the machinery, and the shipping, which included over 12 40-foot containers, took another 8 months to arrive in Dominica, being impacted especially by frequent delays during COVID-19. So having to pay the loan installment long after the grace period was over, and with no production in sight, placed much strain on our finances, and one would understand that. As the years and months dragged on, our finance manager kept asking me, when will we start production? I recall when we were nearing completion, she visited the plant and told me, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built. Amen to that. This was the only reassuring comment she had echoed to me in months, so it was indeed gratifying. Thank you. But despite the pressures, I insisted we were not going to build this facility in a substandard manner. Okay? There would be no shortcuts. The facility would be set up with the highest standards in the industry to be a model plant in the Caribbean. It would be a plant fitting enough for Her Excellency and her husband during the plant's opening to sit in an air-conditioned lounge overlooking the operations, and while being served with refreshments, to comment that she could not see a speck of dust. Okay? While the plant turned out 6 blocks every 10 seconds, or 2,160 blocks per hour. It would be a plant that would produce the highest quality blocks with a fully automated batching system and a set of curing kilns, which are in large enclosed concrete chambers and resemble ovens. So it's not just a matter of producing the blocks, but you need to cure them. Okay? Curing is extremely important. Just like you have good wine, you need to cure it. A lot of people don't realize that, oh, just making blocks is just a matter of putting it together. You've got to cure it. So I'll tell you a little bit about this, if I may. As soon as the blocks are manufactured, they are placed in these kilns to be cured overnight. There, they begin to hydrate, which is a chemical reaction that occurs when cement is mixed with water. During this process, the temperature inside the kilns can rise to over 150 degrees Fahrenheit. That's without using any steam or anything like it's just the fact that you have that chemical reaction. So that's why when you see concrete, you put your hand on the concrete, especially when it's wet, sometimes you have to remove your hand because it can be so hot. As the blocks heat up, a mist is sprayed in the chambers. That's why they always say that do not, when you're pouring concrete, when concrete is fresh, do not leave it to the exposed sun. You've got to add water to it. It needs the water. So that mist is actually in that curing chamber and is applied intermittently. The mist curing system gives the blocks an attractive color and texture while rapidly increasing their compressive strength. As a matter of fact, blocks that are cured in the kilns will attain in 10 hours the same strength that it would take 7 days to achieve if they were cured out in the open. Indeed, the factory representative who spoke at the opening event stated that out of all the several plants that they install in the Caribbean, and they are one of the largest companies in the world, including Puerto Rico, but he's also the representative of Puerto Rico, he said ours is the only one which has a mist curing system. So we were happy for that. So we went the extra effort to make sure that we've got the quality. I express my deepest gratitude to the Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, whose presence at our opening ceremony on August 6th, though it was a cabinet day, was deeply encouraging to us. It was really touching and spoke volumes of his support for private sector development in Dominica. Okay? Whether it's, and also very local private sector development in Dominica as well, because we are, you all know where our roots are, okay? We started from P.H. Williams and we've moved up. I also express appreciation to Her Excellency Ms. Sylvania Burton for cutting the ribbon for this new and modern factory and for remaining with us for over an hour while she and her husband viewed the plant in operation. Of course, without the AID Bank, that investment probably would not have come to fruition. To the chairman of the board, Mr. Martin Charles, and to all the members, I say a big thank you for partnering with us in nation building. I also express my deepest gratitude to the general manager of the bank, Miss Mary Therese Johnson, someone I have known for so many years, who has always been there for us, giving us full support, ensuring our financial needs are met. Thank you, Mary. Last but not least, a special thank you to the staff of the bank, Ms. Faustin, Ms. Cyrus, Ms. John Rose, Ms. Victor, and Ms. Abel. Okay, though she's now retired. Their contributions and hard work in helping this project get off the ground were outstanding. We were indeed delighted to see Ms. Marie Therese Johnson, Ms. John Rose, and Ms. Abel at the opening of the plant. Thank you for coming here. Finally, to show our appreciation to our many customers for their loyal support and to provide some relief in 2027 for the high cost of construction materials in Dominica, as part of this opening, we have reintroduced, after 6 years, our Sweet 16 promotion. And probably you all have heard it, we are blasting the ears with it right now. From now until March 6th, which is next week Friday, y'all, next week Friday, customers can enjoy a 16%, not 15, not 10, 16% discount on the purchases of most of our materials, including concrete blocks. And guess what? We hold it for you and take delivery up to November 30th. So you're not quite ready, but the bank is offering you the loan. Tell the bank, just please advance me a little bit money right now. Let me run down to T.H. Williams and take advantage of it. Advance me some money. Because seriously, with a regular size house, they say 3,000 square feet, 4,000 square feet, because people don't be so small anymore. Just a house, I'm not even talking about a building factory. You probably use up about $50,000, in sand, stone, concrete blocks, and so on. So you can do the math and figure 16% will bring us quite a lot of money. So we ask the bank to encourage their clients to take advantage of this offer. I hope you will. We don't have much more time. After this, there will be no more discounts. In closing, I extend my best wishes to the AID Bank for its continued growth and success, building Dominica one block at a time. Thank you, people. Thank you very much.
This one is mine. This one is yes. There is no further expounding on the testimony that Mr. William has provided us with. I think it was well received, and the excitement in delivering that testimony was evident just a while ago. So we need to say no more. At this time, we want to give the opportunity to other customers of the bank to share in the testimony, so I will ask them to come up. Mr. Charles Gadier is with us. We'll ask Ms.
A pleasant good day, good morning to everyone. I don't have testimonies of red carpet, but similarly, I would say, Mr. Williams, as you said, your father started from grassroots, right? The business that you are speaking about today did not start from just where you are. It took years of molding and shaping and learning to get to where you are today. And this is what AID Bank does. I am coming from a humble beginning, and this is our vision. In the near future, in a future AGM, I'll be able to stand likewise and give further testimonials, right? Wonderful. That's what it is about. That's what it is about. It's starting from zero, but you cannot do it alone. You need a partner. That's right? Yes. And we are here to give testimony of the assistance that we were given. Normally I just go, as you say, we free will it, but the bank says you need to write your speech. So people, unlike what I usually do, just wing it. No, we're gonna go through our speeches now, right? So I would start to say, good day to everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Some of the faces I see are familiar. Some you may know me, and some may not. So I'll give a quick introduction of myself. I'm Charles Gadier, and I manage a very small business where we do agricultural supplies. We also run a farm, we do livestock, we do crops, among other things. And, but the main focus this morning is on the agricultural supply outlet that we have located in the west coast of the island, which is Salisbury. And I'll continue. So I say that we are gathered here to celebrate a new chapter for agricultural supplies outlet, formerly known as WC, Farms of West Coast Farm Supplies Limited, as it is important to recognize the foundation that made this possible, AID Bank. In agriculture, timing is everything. From the first seed planted to the final harvest, we speak in agriculture, right? Today, we stand here with deep gratitude to the AID Bank for ensuring that our timing was perfect by providing the essential financing that made this venture possible. And when I say we, it's a family-run operation, so I say we, meaning not singling myself. It did not happen just me alone, okay? When we look back on our journey as an entrepreneur and as a farmer, we see much more than crops we planted, the livestock we raised, or the business we built. We see years of hope, sacrifice, and unshakable determination. And for the past 5 years, the bank has stood firmly by our side. We are here to express our sincere appreciation to the AID Bank, and especially to the relationship managers. Managers, because when you go to AID Bank, it's not one person, you know. Different times you see different people coming to your assistance. You come to for one loan, but so many people coming to you, but they're eager to help you. So relationship managers who are there with us. When we first approached the bank with our vision for our business, we weren't just looking for a loan. We were looking for a partner who would believe in our potential. The bank, you took the time to understand the unique rhythm of an agricultural supply business, where inventory, need for seeds, fertilizers, and equipment fluctuate with the seasons. When we first started out, we had passion, but passion alone was not always enough. There were moments when the challenges felt larger than our vision. Limited resources and the daily pressure of keeping our business alive. What made the difference was that our relationship with the bank wasn't just about receiving a loan funding. It was about receiving the support and the financial guidance which we needed most. The bank didn't just approve our loan. They took the time to guide us, to teach us how to structure our business wisely, manage our finances responsibly, and plan for growth, not just survival. That financial advice became the foundation on which our business was built. This funding has been a catalyst for growth. Because of our support, we have been able to secure our warehouse for bulk storage, fertilizer storage, invest in a fleet delivery truck, which you saw was presented, and stock high-yield climate resilient seeds. This doesn't just help our business, it empowers the local farmers who rely on us for the quality inputs they need to sustain their own livelihood. And with our supply, so we open at 6 in the morning. So the farmers within the area are able to pick up their items 6 o'clock. By 6:30 they can go up into the interior. They come down late, so we open late so that they can get their farm supplies. Some of them get their items for the next day, so we close at 6. Sometimes after 6 to facilitate them. And at night they still knock on the door, they need some help. Because we are understanding we are partners likewise with them. It's a whole chain. So this does not, as I was saying, invest in fleet delivery truck. This doesn't just help our business, it empowers the local farmers. And they rely on us for quality inputs they need to sustain their livelihood. Because of this partnership, we were also able to expand our agricultural supply center in Salisbury, grow a hatchery service with Carry Feed, because we have partnered with Carry Feed Jeff Bella, and strengthen our livestock production and serve farmers across Dominica with confidence and pride. So let me just say the hatchery, we run a hatchery as well in collaboration with Jeff Bella, Carry Feed, and currently now we have broiler chicks available and layer chicks will be available later on this week. So things are happening. This is what it is. I will continue. The bank's belief in us, both through financing and through vulnerable, honest, valuable rather, honest advice, transformed obstacles into opportunities. Their guidance helped us make decisions that protected our livelihood, strengthened our family stability, and uplift our entire community. The team at AID Bank showed incredible professionalism and industry knowledge. Our flexible repayment structure, tailored to our seasonal cash flow, have given us the stability to focus on serving our community. Today, I stand as a proud farmer and an entrepreneur, not because the journey was easy, but because we had a partner who believed in our potential, even in the moment when we doubted ourselves. For that, we are deeply and sincerely grateful. My last few remarks. As we move forward, we are proud to have AID Bank in our corner. We didn't just invest in a farm supply store, or rather you, AID Bank, did not just invest in a farm supply store. You invested in the future of our local food system. Thank you for the trust. Thank you for your expertise and for helping us sow the seeds for long-term success. The bank didn't just help our business grow. They helped us and the country, our nation grow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gadia, for your testimony. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is evident that AID Bank Katavai wed. We're here for our citizens, and it is not just about bottom line. We ensure the incubation of small ideas, big ideas, all ideas, and we assist you with technical, financial, and otherwise support. So thank you again, Mr. Gadia. At this time, help me welcome Mrs. Hester Chatter, another testimony who will tell us the
Morning, everybody. Protocol has been established. For more than 28 years, I have walked this field with purpose. I have toiled the soil in early morning lights, planted seeds with hope, and harvest not just crops, but lessons about resilience, faith, and the power of a determined woman. What began as a small effort to support my family has grown into a thriving farming enterprise. One that nourishes communities, creates opportunities, and inspires the next generation of farmers, especially young women. Where it all began. My story with AID Bank began 30 years ago, when I secured my first loan, a student loan that enabled me to pursue my education. A student loan that enabled me to pursue my education, which I must say, that's where I am today. I was a young woman with dreams, unsure of where life would lead, but certain that I wanted to build a future rooted in purpose. When I returned home, I ventured into part-time farming while working as a teacher. It was demanding to balance, but there were days when exhaustion overshadowed hope, and nights would uncertainly overwhelming. But I press on, driven by determination, supported by the bank that believed in my potential. Growing through support and opportunity, over the years, the relationship with AID Bank evolved into true partnership. Their loan facilities did more than providing financing. They gave me the opportunity to grow. With each loan, I was able to make bold steps and shaped my future. Improving and expanding my farm, diversifying into vegetables, ginger, and white potatoes. Strengthening sustainable farming practices, in increasing livestock and poultry production. Each loan began as a stepping stone, lifting me from one level to the next. They were more than financial boost. They were opportunities to rise, to strengthen my confidence, and to grow in resilience. Challenges that build strength. Like every true success story, my journey had its challenges. Balancing teaching with farming demands sacrifices. There were sessions of hardship, movement when progress felt slow, and times when fear threatened to overthrow my faith. But with discipline, perseverance, and unwavering support of AID Bank, I turned obstacles into milestones. A thriving economy, becoming a leader in agriculture. Today, I stand as one of the most dedicated and progressive farmers in my community. Not because the road was easy, but because I never gave up. My farming enterprise, which began as a modest side activity, now stands as a testament to what passion and opportunity can achieve. My work contributes to food security, rural development, women empowerment, national agricultural progress. My success is not mine alone. It is shared with the community that I serve and the institution that helped me grow. AID Bank, a true partner. Over the past 30 years, AID Bank has been a financial institution. It has been a trusted partner, a steady supporter, an institution that believed in my vision long before my results were visible. My achievement reflects the bank's unwavering commitment to empower farmers and entrepreneurs like me. A message to farmers, entrepreneurs, and dreamers. To every farmer, every entrepreneur, and every dreamer, I say, do not be afraid to start. Do not be afraid to start smaller. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to grow. Your legacy has power to light the path for others. With perseverance, vision, and right support, you can build a true future that sustains your family, your community, and your generation to come. Closing remark, my story is rooted in the soil to determine and watered carefully with opportunities. Today, it continues to bear fruit. I am a proud member of the Central Universal Farmers Group, which helps me along too. I am HESCA Charter. I am profoundly grateful for the faith the AID Bank placed in me and for the role it plays in helping me to transform my dreams to reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, AID Bank is a system, is contributing, and it's playing its role in national development, assisting the government in transforming our country by taking small dreams and making reality out of it through its financial assistance. So we do from agriculture, manufacturing. We heard Mr. Williams expound on how grand and where his enterprise stands now in comparison to those in the region. So we're not just confined to the walls of Dominica, but we can be compared to those of the international ratings. So we move from agriculture, manufacturing, and now we want to let you hear from one of our occupants at the industrial estate. At this time, please help me welcome Ms. Margaret Seaman to the program.
Well, as we know, protocol has been established, and I still want to say good morning to everyone that's present here. I'm representing Clare Harbour. When you're short, you have to adjust. I'm representing Clare Harbour in the capacity as a facilities manager, and I just want to share our commitment that we have to Dominica, and also how well that the Dominica Industrial Development Bank has been working with Clare Harbour. Collaboration, commitment, and result. These are the qualities that best define the Dominica Agriculture, Industrial, and Development Bank's team. For over 20 years, Clare Harbour has had the privilege of working alongside the Dominica Agricultural, Industrial, and Development Bank in a partnership which has rooted in trust, problem solving, and a shared purpose. They believe that even the impossible can be achieved is evident in their consistent willingness to work cohesively with us to overcome challenges and find practical solutions. The industrial estates team, in particular, has demonstrated excellence through the management of multiple projects, always ensuring that Clare Harbour presents itself at the high standard, especially when hosting visiting executives and clients. One standout initiative is the beautification of the industrial estate, which has provided a welcoming facelift and significantly enhanced the overall appeal of the location. You must take a visit there if you haven't. This transformation has created an inviting environment and a pleasant walkthrough experience for all. We are truly grateful for the dedication, professionalism, and collaborative spirit of the Dominica Agricultural Industrial Bank, and we value the strong partnership we continue to share with them. I would like to point out, please, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Elwa and his team that has been working with me, and I cannot say that they have ever run short of meeting whatever we requested from them. So we want to continue thanking the AID Bank, and we wish you the best in the future ahead. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Ms. Seaman. The AID Bank's partnership expressing your experience with the bank in the partnership that we've shared over the last 20 years. Our testimonials have been profound. If you're out there and you have dreams, do not let it wilt away, do not let it die. Come talk to our professionals at the AID Bank. I'm sure we'll find time and space to assist you in realizing those dreams that you have. At this time, we want to make some presentations to retirees, the human resource base of the bank as they move on in life. Our proceeding would be incomplete if we do not recognize those who have helped shape our clients and stakeholder experience through long service and support to the AID Bank. 2 retirees will be recognized today. Mrs. Josephine Deshousset, who is unable to be here with us today, and Mrs. Natasha Winston Pierre, who I see sitting very nicely at the back. We will recognize these 2 retirees at this moment. Mrs. Johnson.
Good morning again. Mrs. Deshose Tit is unable to be with us due to circumstances beyond her control. So we'll ask Ms. Edwards to receive our token on her behalf. Mrs. Josephine Deshose Tit joined the AID Bank on July 2nd, 1990 in the position of receptionist and was confirmed in the said position in January 1, 1991. She was later appointed to the position of Secretary to the Loans Administration Department, demonstrating early signs of professionalism and dedication that would characterize her long and outstanding career. Given her passion for learning and her commitment to personal and professional development, Mrs. Deshose Tit pursued and successfully completed a bachelor's degree in tourism management at the University of the West Indies in May 2001. Upon her return, she was promoted to the position of investments officer and shortly thereafter to the position of communications and customer service officer. Mrs. Deshose Tit also held other positions to include projects officer tourism, senior projects officer, special projects communications coordinator, and marketing and communications officer, a position she held till her retirement. She also acted at managerial level on several occasions. On September 16, 2025, Mrs. Deshose Tit retired from the AID Bank after having served for 33 years, 8 months. Mrs. Deshose Tit was an extremely meticulous individual. She took pride in her work and consistently excelled in the areas she most loved, marketing and communications. Over the years, she built a strong network with the bank stakeholders whom she collaborated with to ensure that her deliveries and deliverables were executed with precision and professionalism. Beside her astuteness, Mrs. Deshose Tit was also very vibrant, jovial, and was often seen dancing during the bank's social events to the amazement and delight of her colleagues. The AID Bank proudly acknowledges Mrs. Deshose Tit for her outstanding contribution and extends heartfelt gratitude and best wishes in her future endeavors. Her legacy is one of commitment, excellence, and humanity. She leaves behind a remarkable contribution to the AID Bank and a lasting impact on all who had the pleasure of working with her. On behalf of the Board of Directors, management and staff, the AID Bank presents this token of appreciation to Mrs. Josephine Deshose Tit in recognition of her valuable contribution, exceptional dedication, and exemplary years of service. Thank you, Ms. Edwards. Mrs. Natasha Winston Peer. Mrs. Natasha Winston Peer joined the AID Bank on September 4, 1995 as receptionist. Her professionalism, warmth, and commitment to service were evident from the very beginning, earning her confirmation in the position on July 1, 1997. She was later appointed to the position of Bank Officer Recoveries. In October 2003, Mrs. Winston Peer embraced a new opportunity in her career when she was transferred to the legal department and appointed Bank Officer Legal, which was subsequently changed to Legal Secretary. During her tenure at the AID Bank, Mrs. Winston Peer acted in other administrative positions to include Secretary to the General Manager. Mrs. Winston Peer retired from the AID Bank on May 13, 2025, after having served 27 years, 10 months. She leaves behind more than a long tenure. She leaves a lasting imprint of kindness, generosity, and a heartfelt willingness to serve others and make a difference. Beyond her technical abilities, Mrs. Winston Peer was known for her generous spirit. She never hesitated to lend a helping hand and frequently volunteered to assist in areas beyond her official responsibilities, often using her personal resources to ensure tasks were completed. The AID Bank proudly acknowledges Mrs. Winston Pear's outstanding contribution and extends heartfelt gratitude and best wishes to her in her future endeavors. On behalf of the Board of Directors, management and staff of the AID Bank, we present this token of appreciation to Mrs. Natasha Winston Pear in recognition of her distinguished service, steadfast loyalty, and contribution to the development of the AID Bank.
I just wanted to make one observation that those of you watching by television, listening on the radio, we presented a bouquet. But after 31 years of service, it's not just a bouquet. So I don't want anybody to have the impression that after 31 years, AID Bank is giving a bouquet to its employee. We've had a smaller function where they were presented with plaques and other tokens of appreciation, more tangible tokens. So this is basically just symbolic, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your clarity to this matter, because it was a concern that I too had. Okay, at this point in time, we're coming to the close of our proceedings, this session. So please help me welcome, as we bring the thing down on the 32nd Annual General Meeting of the AID Bank, please help me welcome Director Bentley Rui to offer a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Morning all. I wish to recognize the head table, Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security, Acting PM. His Excellency Eliud Williams, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Representatives for the AID Bank's minority shareholder, Dominica Social Security, Mr. Erickson Robinson, who is the chairman of the board, and Mrs. Janice Jean-Jacques Thomas, who is not at the head table anyway, but in the crowd. P.S. Anson, Ministry of Agriculture. Board of Directors, His Excellency Mr. Martin Charles, Ambassador to the People's Republic of China and Chairman of the AID Bank's Board of Directors. Ms. Mary-Therese Johnson, Manager of AID Bank, and the Master of Ceremony, Mr. LeBlanc. We have also Mr. Richard Suraj, AID Bank's External Auditors, PKF of St. Lucia, Mr. Patrick Snookabon, Director, Acting of the Financial Services Unit. We also have the Minister of Agriculture and parliamentary representatives, secretaries. We have Roland Rouet. We also have Honorable Lakia Joseph. We also have Honorable Parliamentary Secretary Mrs. Fenella Williams-Shepherd, and any other permanent secretaries and other government officials who are here. Yeah. My job is really to give a vote of thanks, which is traditional. We are grateful people, and therefore, this is one of the requirements, and AID Bank takes this opportunity to do the same. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Directors, management and staff of the Dominica Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank, I express heartfelt gratitude to everyone for gracing us with your presence at the 32nd Annual General Meeting. Sincere thanks are extended to God Almighty. Without His grace and mercy, the success of this event would not have been possible. We thank Ms. Saudi Cyrus for leading the national anthem with great pride. Deepest appreciation is expressed to Elder Samuel Augustine for conducting the opening prayer and blessing the formal session of this annual general meeting. Ms. Mary-Therese Johnson, the General Manager, thank you for graciously welcoming everyone to the bank's 32nd Annual General Meeting and setting a wonderful tone for this session. We extend sincere thanks to Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre, Minister for Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security, for offering the featured address on behalf of the AID Bank's majority shareholders and for sharing the Government of Dominica's resolute commitment to drive the country's sustainable growth process. We shall remain grateful for the government's commitment to provide the necessary support to the AID Bank. We are immensely grateful for your presence and the wisdom which you have imparted to us. To our minority shareholders, the Dominica Social Security, represented by Chairman Mr. Erickson Robinson, Executive Director Ms. Joan Jean-Jacques Thomas, and Mr. Etienne and the others, your presence and support through the years have not gone unrecognized. We appreciate and value your input. His Excellency Mr. Matty Charles, Chairman of AID Bank, Board of Directors, we express thanks for your exceptional leadership, clear vision and direction, and reporting on the bank's operations for the financial year ended June 30, 2025. We express thanks to Ms. Joy Stout for such an uplifting performance. To the customers who offered testimonials, your testimonies are proof that AID Bank has assisted in your economic upliftment. We thank you for choosing the AID Bank as your financial partner, and we are delighted that we have made a positive impact in your lives. We thank all our customers for placing your trust in the AID Bank and for allowing us to advance your development. We will continue to address your needs in a sustainable manner. To the Board of Directors, management and staff of AID Bank, we express sincere thanks for your dedication, commitment, and collaboration throughout the financial year. We cannot overlook the dedication of the staff who continue to work diligently to ensure the delivery of optimal customer service. I express gratitude to all our partners, stakeholders, and attendees for affording us the pleasure of your company here today. Let's also appreciate our dedicated staff who worked behind the scenes to organize this meeting, from the technical team managing our presentations to the administrative staff handling logistics. Your efforts made this AGM run smoothly. We appreciate everyone who played a part in making this annual general meeting a memorable and impactful event, and we look forward to your continued support and participation in our future endeavors. thanks to everyone who traveled from near and far to be here. Your commitment to the AID Bank's progress makes all the difference. Thank you all once again, and may the Almighty be your guide always. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Royer, for your warm vote of thanks. We wish to advise that the meeting is over. We welcome you to join us at the back for some refreshments as we close the curtain on this formal session. The annual general meeting will continue after you've left, but please join us at the back, have some refreshment, interact, meet with